Madam Secretary, can you call the roll, please?
Good afternoon. The following all the members are present: the Honorable Jerry Uy, Honorable Elvira Casal, Honorable Evangeline Esperas, Honorable Aurora Amy Grafiel, Honorable Raisa Villasin, and Honorable Samario John Bagulaya. There being 6 members present, we have a quorum, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Honorable Edwin Chua, Honorable Victor Emmanuel Domingo have sent letters that we will not be able to attend this afternoon session due to illness. So since we have 6 members already, quorum declared.
First item in our agenda is the 2018 regular session.
In the absence of the floor leader and the absence of the ever-ready Honorable Esperas to lead us in this afternoon session.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Presiding Officer and my colleagues. So, I presume everybody has been furnished with a copy of the minutes of our regular session held on February 28, 2018. In view thereof, I would like to move that we dispense with the reading of the full text of the said minutes.
There is a reading of the full text of the minutes conducted last February 28, 2018. The motion is seconded by Honorable Baguleo, Honorable Villasin. Any discussion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
As a Presiding Officer, I move that we adopt and approve the minutes of the regular session held last February 28, 2018.
Yes. There's a motion now to adopt and approve the minutes 28, 2018. The motion is seconded by? Any second to the motion to approve the minutes? Seconded by Honorable Casal. Any corrections? Any objections? There being none, the motion is approved.
Matters for 18-13-603. Request of the following for a franchise to operate an internet cafe, online.com internet shop, Johan's Net Cafe, and Hideout Internet Cafe to be referred to the Committee on Games and Amusement. R 2018-13-604. Request of Mr. Wilfredo Hermida, operator of Joy Joy Vans, for a legislative franchise to operate a private terminal located at Barangay 40 P. Burgos Street, Tacloban City, to be referred to the Terminal Evaluation Compliance Committee. R 2018-13-605, request to pass a resolution for authority to sign the deed of absolute sale by and between the City Government of Tacloban and Nemesio Fraga relative to a parcel of land designated as Lot Number 16, Block 20, covered by TCT number T-17134, located at Lower Nulatula, to be referred to the Committee on Laws. R 2018-13-606, request to pass a resolution to subsidize the operation of the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, Regional Office 8, in the amount of 500,000 for the year 2018, to be referred to the Committee on Finance and the Committee on Laws. We have 9 items to be referred to the Committee on Laws, as well as to the Committee on Barangay Affairs. R 2018-13-607, Barangay Ordinance Number 4, Series of 2017 of Barangay 79, an ordinance prohibiting the throwing, scattering, or littering of the streets, canals, pavements, alleys, waterways, sidewalks, and other places, and providing penalty for violation thereof. R 2018-13-608, Barangay Ordinance Number 2, Series of 2018 of Barangay 102, Old Kawayan, an ordinance declaring the mangrove forest within the jurisdiction of Barangay 102, Old Kawayan, Tacloban City as protected area, and providing for penalties for their intentional destruction. R 2018-13-609, Barangay Ordinance Number 2018-01 of Barangay 62B, Kalipayan, an ordinance enacting the 2018 Comprehensive Tax Ordinance of Barangay 62B, Kalipayan Street, Sagkahan, Tacloban City. R 2018-13-610, Barangay Ordinance Number 2018-2 of Barangay 62B, an ordinance enacting the Children's Welfare Code of Barangay 62B, providing for its functions, appropriating funds, and for other purposes. R 2018-13-611, Barangay Ordinance Number 3, Series of 2017 of Barangay 94A, Basper, an ordinance imposing the fees and charges on individual barangay clearance, barangay business clearance, and other services offered by this barangay, pursuant to the provisions of the Local Government Code and providing penalty for violation thereof. R 2018-13-612, Barangay Ordinance Number 1, Series of 2018 of Barangay 97, an ordinance imposing collection of fees on business clearances, barangay clearances, fees on signboards, and imposing penalties for violation thereof. R 2018-13-613, Barangay Ordinance Number 001-2017 of Barangay 108 Tagpuro, an ordinance establishing a barangay ecological solid waste management program, regulating the proper segregation, collection, recycling, and proper disposal of garbage, and the assessment of garbage fee from households, commercial, industrial establishments in Barangay 108 Tagpuro. R 2018-13-614, Barangay Ordinance of Barangay 108 Tagpuro, an ordinance declaring the mangrove forest within the jurisdiction of Barangay 108 Tagpuro as, I think this is a duplication. R 2018-13-615, Barangay Ordinance Number 1, Series of 2018 of Barangay 101, New Kawayan, an ordinance establishing a barangay ecological solid waste management program, regulating the proper segregation, collection, recycling, and proper disposal of garbage, and the assessment of garbage fee from households, commercial, industrial establishments in Barangay 101, New Kawayan. R 2018-13-616, a letter to Honorable Danilo Arevalo, Barangay Chairman of Barangay 37, Reclamation, regarding the request of the City Treasurer to stop the collection of whatever taxes, fees, and charges not within the bound of barangay taxing powers as provided for in Local Government Code of 1991, to be referred to the Committee on Laws. That is all for referral, Mr. Presiding Chair. We have two unfinished business. Agenda 13-463, Barangay Ordinance Number 2017-4-001 of Barangay 96 Kalanipawan, an ordinance designating the pedicab waiting area along
Kalanipawan.
I think this was...
I think they have modified.
Okay. An ordinance designating the pedicab waiting area along Kalanipawan Road and Don Vicente Avenue, Barangay 96, Kalanipawan. And Agenda 13-464 is Barangay Ordinance Number 2017-7-001 of Barangay 96, Kalanipawan, an ordinance regulating the operation of pedicab in Barangay 96, Kalanipawan, Tacloban City.
Sir, please grant a continuing recognition to the Honorable Jerry Uy.
Honorable Reid, recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Agenda number 13-463 is Barangay Ordinance number 2017-04-001 of Barangay 96 Kalanipawan, entitled An Ordinance Designating the Pedicab Waiting Area along Kalanipawan Road and Don Vicente Avenue of Barangay 96 Kalanipawan, Tacloban City. For consideration is the Barangay Ordinance of Barangay 96 designating waiting areas for pedicab for hire along Kalanipawan Road and Don Vicente Avenue in the said barangay. The ordinance requires all pedicab for hire to wait and pick up passengers only in the designated areas, which are as follows. Number 1, the right side of Don Vicente Avenue going to Kalanipawan, Talipapa. Second, Crispin Lane, right side of Pure Gold Grocery. The third is Pag-ibig Street, left side of Pure Gold Grocery. The fourth is corner Pag-ibig area and Kalanipawan Road going to Robinson's Mall. The fifth is front of RTR Hospital and RTR Medical School. And the sixth is the corner of Kalanipawan Road and Diversion Road besides Sabres Depot. So, finding the ordinance in order, I move to pass a resolution approving upon review Barangay Ordinance number 2017-04-001 of Barangay 96 Kalanipawan, Tacloban City.
There's a motion to approving upon review ordinance number 2017-04-001 of Barangay 96 Kalanipawan, Tacloban City. The motion is seconded by all. Any discussion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is carried and approved.
13-464 is Barangay Ordinance number 2017-07-001 of Barangay 96 Kalanipawan, an ordinance regulating the operation of pedicab in Barangay 96, Kalanipawan, Tacloban City. For consideration is also an ordinance of Barangay 96, Kalanipawan regulating the operations of pedicab for hires in its territorial jurisdiction. Upon review of the ordinance, the committee recommends to modify Section 6 thereof by providing for a uniform rate of its barangay clearance for operators and drivers living within and without of its territorial jurisdiction. The Sangguniang Barangay cannot impose different tariff of barangay clearance fee for those operators and drivers living within Barangay 96 and a higher rate for non-resident operators and drivers. The test whether an operator or a driver is a resident or not is not a valid classification. Hence, we recommend that Section 6 will read as follows. Section 6, Barangay Clearance Fee for pedicab for hire. For pedicab operators, that's 100 pesos plus 15 pesos documentary stamp tax. For pedicab drivers, it's 50 pesos plus 15 pesos documentary stamp tax. So, Mr. Presiding Officer, I move to remand Barangay Ordinance number 2017-07-001 to the Sangguniang Barangay o Barangay 96, Kalanipawan for modification.
There is a motion to pass up a resolution or ordinance number 2017-07-001 to Barangay 96, Kalanipawan, Tacloban City for modifications. The motion is seconded by all. Any discussion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Fiscal year 2018 of barangay numbers 24, 49, 59-A, and 90 for appropriate action of this body.
Can we have a 1 minute recess, please? 1 minute. Madam Floor, who shall we recognize for this item?
Mr. Presiding Officer, considering that the chairperson of the Committee on Barangay Affairs is not around, may I take the cudgel to move for the approval of the annual budget for fiscal year 2018 of barangays numbers 24, 49, 59-A, and 90. Their budget being declared operative in their entirety by the local finance committee.
Fiscal year 2018, Barangay 24, 49, 59-A, as well as Barangay 90. The motion is seconded by all. Any discussion and objection? There being none, the motion is carried and approved.
We have 4 items for the Committee on Laws. Agenda 13-470 requests to pass a resolution for authority to sign the deed of absolute sale by and between the heirs of Alfredo Pretencio, represented by Juliet V. Pretencio, and the City Government of Tacloban, relative to a parcel of lot designated as Lot 4631-B, covered by PCTT 12196, situated in Barangay 108, Tagpuro, Tacloban City. Agenda 13-471 request to pass a resolution for authority to enter into a memorandum of agreement by and between the Eastern Visayas State University, represented by its president, Dr. Dominador Aguirre Jr., and the City Government of Tacloban, relative to the on-the-job training of EVSU students. Agenda 13-472 request to pass a resolution for authority to enter into a general memorandum of agreement and specific implementation agreement by and between the DSWD Regional Director of Field Office 8, Restituto Makuto, and the City Government of Tacloban, relative to the implementation of the Supplemental Feeding Program for the 8th cycle, calendar year 2018. And lastly, Agenda 13-473 request to pass a resolution for authority to enter into a memorandum of agreement by and between the City Government of Tacloban and the Department of Health, Regional Office 8, represented by Director Minerva P. Molon, relative to the implementation of the 2017 Local Health Systems Award.
Mr. Presiding Officer, please grant a continuing recognition to the Honorable Jerry Uy for all of these items.
Honorable Uy is recognized for the following items.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Agenda number 13-470 is a request to pass a resolution granting authority to the City Mayor Cristina Romualdez to enter into a deed of absolute sale between the heirs of Alfredo Pretencio, represented by Juliet V. Pretencio, and the city government of Tacloban relative to a parcel of land designated as Lot 4631-B covered by TCT number T-12196 and tax declaration number 2012-03-0020-0052 situated in Barangay 108 Tagpuro, Tacloban City. Presented to us is a deed of absolute sale by and between the heirs of Alfredo Pretencio, represented by their attorney-in-fact, Juliet B. Pretencio, and the city government of Tacloban for the sale of a parcel of land located at Barangay Tagpuro, Tacloban City. Since 2014 and up to the present, the city has been using these two portions of land as road leading to Villa Sofia resettlement site, and there is a need to purchase them for the construction of the road. Upon review of the documents presented, Land Acquisition Committee Resolution number 2017-04 dated September 5, 2017 shows that the total area subject of this sale is 1,276 square meters, and the purchase price approved by the local appraisal committee per resolution number 2017-04 dated December 11, 2017 is 300 pesos per square meter, for a total amount of 382,800 pesos. However, the draft deed of absolute sale states that the area sold is only 1,108 square meters with a purchase price of 382,800 with a discrepancy of 168 square meters. Hence, we recommend that the lot area be corrected to a total of 1,276 square meters, which is composed of Lot 4631-B-2 containing an area of 1,108 square meters and Lot 4631-B-3 with an area of 168 square meters. Likewise, we also recommend that the correct technical description of Lot 4631-B-2 and Lot 4631-B-3 be stated in the deed of absolute sale. Finally, we require the heirs of Alfredo Pretencio to execute an amended special power of attorney or another special power of attorney granting Juliet B. Pretencio to sell Lot 4631-B-3 with an area of 168 square meters to the city government of Tacloban. So, Mr. Presiding Officer, I move to pass a resolution granting authority to the City Mayor Cristina Romualdez to enter and sign a deed of absolute sale between the heirs of Alfredo Pretencio, represented by Juliet B. Pretencio, and the city government of Tacloban, relative to the sale of portions of Lot 4631-B, covered by TCT number T-12196 and tax declaration number 2012-03-0020-0052, particularly designated as Lot 4631-B-2 and Lot 4631-B-3, containing a total area of 1,276 square meters, situated at Barangay 108 Tagpuro, subject to compliance of the recommendation of this august body and to applicable laws, rules, and regulations.
There is a motion to pass a resolution granting authority to the City Mayor, Honorable Cristina G. Romualdez, to enter into a deed of absolute sale with the heirs of Alfredo Pretencio, represented by Juliet V. Pretencio, relative to a parcel of lot designated as Lot 4631-B, covered by TCT number T-12196 and tax declaration number 2012-03-0020-0052, particularly Lot 4631-B-2 and Lot 4631-B-3, situated at Barangay 108 Tagpuro, Tacloban City. Subject again to the recommended corrections as well as to all applicable laws, rules, and regulations. The motion is seconded by all. Any discussion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is carried and approved.
Request to pass a resolution granting authority to the City Mayor Cristina Romualdez to enter into a memorandum of agreement with Eastern Visayas State University, represented by its President, Dr. Dominador O. Aguirre Jr., and the City Government of Tacloban relative to the on-the-job training of Eastern Visayas State University students. This memorandum of agreement by and between EBSO and the City Government of Tacloban refer to the on-the-job training of the information technology students of EBSO, allowing them to use the facilities and equipment as well as the professional services of engineers and other technical persons of the City Government of Tacloban as part of their course requirement. Finding the memorandum of agreement in order, I move to pass a resolution granting authority to the City Mayor Cristina Romualdez, representing the City Government of Tacloban, to enter into a memorandum agreement with Eastern Visayas State University, represented by its President, Gobernador O. Aguirre Jr., relative to the on-the-job training of Eastern Visayas State University students.
Granting authority to the City Mayor, Honorable Cristina G. Romualdez, to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Eastern Visayas State University, represented by its President, Dr. Dominador O. Aguirre Jr., relative to the on-the-job training of EBSO students. The motion is seconded by all. Any discussion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is carried and approved.
To pass a resolution granting authority to the City Mayor Cristina Romualdez, representing the City Government of Tacloban, to enter into a general memorandum of agreement and a specific implementation agreement with the Department of Social Welfare and Development, Regional Office Number 8, represented by its Regional Director, Restituto B. Macato, relative to the implementation of the supplemental feeding program for the 8th cycle, calendar year 2018. For consideration are two agreements. The first agreement refers to the General Memorandum Agreement, which establishes a partnership between DSWD and the City Government of Tacloban for the implementation of the social protection programs that will address the needs of the poor, empower citizens, and promote inclusive growth in the city, and in order to reduce poverty during the duration of this agreement. The second agreement refers to the specific implementation agreement of the supplemental feeding program, wherein detailed activities, roles, and responsibilities of the City Government of Tacloban through the City Social Welfare and Development and the DSWD Regional Office Number 8 is defined. Under this agreement, DSWD will provide funding to the city for this program. It will purchase the eating and cooking utensils and deliver it to the LGU and to monitor the accomplishment of the program. On the part of the city government, it will submit a project proposal, master list of beneficiaries as basis for funding allocation, designate a focal person for the feeding program, purchase the goods in accordance with the applicable laws, rules, and regulations, implement the supplemental feeding program, and render an accounting liquidation of the funds released and submits its required report. So, finding the agreements in order, I move to pass an omnibus resolution authorizing the City Mayor Cristina G. Romualdez to enter and sign the General Memorandum of Agreement and the specific implementation agreement for supplemental feeding program with the Department of Social Welfare and Development Regional Office Number 8.
So we'll make it as one lang, not separate. As
Yes,
one resolution.
One resolution.
There's a motion to pass an omnibus resolution granting authority to the City Mayor, Honorable Cristina G. Romualdez, to enter into a general memorandum of agreement and a specific implementation agreement with the Department of Social Welfare and Development, Regional Office 8, represented by its Regional Director, Restituto B. Maputo, relative to the implementation of the supplemental feeding program for calendar year 2018. The motion is seconded by all. Any discussion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is carried and approved.
Next item, resolution granting authority to the City Mayor Cristina Romualdez to enter into a memorandum agreement with the Department of Health, Regional Office Number 8, represented by its Regional Director Minerva P. Molon, relative to the implementation of the 2017 Local Health System Award. This memorandum agreement refers to the implementation of the 2017 Local Health System Award, in which the City Government of Tacloban has been granted the amount of 300,000 pesos for its commendable performance in the LGU Health Scorecard 2016. The cash grant will only be used to fund projects and programs that are covered under the maintenance and other operating expenses and cannot be used to fund capital outlay expenditures. As stipulated in this agreement, the City Government of Tacloban will submit a project proposal and activities with corresponding amount, timelines, expected output or outcome on the use of the cash grant as required prior to the transfer of the fund. It is also required that the funds must be properly utilized consistent with existing accounting and auditing rules and regulations. So, Mr. Presiding Officer, I move to pass a resolution granting authority to the City Mayor, Cristina Romualdez, to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Health Regional Office Number 8, represented by its Regional Director, Minerva P. Molon, relative to the implementation of the 2017 Local Health System Award, subject to applicable laws, rules, and regulations.
There is a motion to pass a resolution granting authority to Cristina G. Romualdez to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Health Regional Office 8, represented by its Director, Minerva P. Molon, relative to the implementation of the 2017 Local Health Systems Award, subject to applicable laws, rules, and regulations. The motion is seconded by all. Any discussion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is carried and approved.
Unassigned establishing an institutional mechanism to curb the illegal activities of professional squatting syndicates and squatters, penalizing squatting and other similar acts for first reading.
Refer the ordinance to the Committee on Housing and Urban Development, headed by Honorable Amy Grafil.
Unassigned business number manufacture, distribution, sale, and use of firecrackers in the city of Tacloban, providing penalty for violation thereof and for other purposes, also for first reading.
We officially refer the proposed ordinance to the Committee on Public Order, Security, and Safety, as chaired by Honorable Edwin White Chua. Anyone who would like to volunteer also to help out for the enactment?
Mr. Presiding Officer, please recognize the Honorable Bagulaya.
Honorable Bagulay is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. This is regarding resolution number 2018-13-56, which was passed on February 28, 2018. This is regarding the resolution approving the subdivision development plan of Residencia Esperas owned and developed by Esperas Construction and Development Corporation located at Barangay 110, Utap, Tacloban City. So, the owner requested that the resolution be amended. Instead of Residencia Esperas, it should be Esperas Residencias. Yes. So, I move for the amendment of resolution number 2018-13-56, Division Development Plan of Esperas Residencias, owned and developed by Esperas Construction and Development Corporation, located at Barangay 110, Utap, Tacloban City.
Amend the resolution number 2018-13-56, approving the subdivision development plan of Residencia Esperas 2, Esperas Residencia.
Residencias.
May S pa. Esperas Residencias. With an S, the end. Owned and developed by Esperas Construction and Development Corporation located at Barangay 110, Utap, Tacloban City. The motion is seconded by, before we reach Honorable Edward Frederick Chua. Then, including Honorable Edward Frederick Chua. Any discussion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is carried and approved. Madam Flor, are there any other matters coming from the members of the Sanggunian?
I think there are no more volunteers for any special privilege. So before
we end, the members of the Sangguniang Pangunangsod is hopefully to the Committee on Urban Poor and Housing and Resettlement, the Green Deal 2 and 3. Until now, they still don't have electricity. So the residents have been complaining until now. It seems that there's a problem between the developer and the NHA. Kasi sabot na yung pondo. Then later on, waray pa kunutikang halayeko 2 and final assessment. Then the other day, we already got the final assessment. It seems that there's developer, na ano na NHA. So until now, the ones who are suffering are the residents of Greendale 2 and 3. Siguro ma-check na lang siguro. Yes, Honorable Amy.
We had a meeting
Yes.
2 weeks ago with the layout, yes, that may problema ang developer and NHA. Kay may danara, waray pa kababay diha Layeko. So the Layeko cannot, ang power supply dito unless magbayad ang contractor.
Ang problema
Pero
nila,
yan, naging fast track na daw po.
the problem daw is that ang developer at nag-billing, di lang ko nahira na babaydan. So something, hopefully that can be resolved naman mga residente. Yes, Honorable Endorser.
Let me know if the billing is connected with the current development or is it a different project altogether?
I think it's with the present development. The development of that, may naman na rin bibiling per ka% and all.
No, I mean with Lieco. Yun. Because I believe that in fact, the actual developer is NHA and the contracted party to develop the actual units are this contractor. So if there's any problem with the billing of the developer or the contractor, I think it should be put aside by Lieco since the client should be NHA.
No, the problem is not Lieco too because they were waiting for the final assessment. Nga babayda na sana ang developer. Then the problem is may nanera billing daw ang developer na di ko nung kimbabayda natin NHA. Supposedly, upod man ito pagbutang ng kuryente and all. So it seems that there are some problems within them, among themselves, and they have to settle it sana para di luwat ma-affected ang mga residents. Kasi the residents are suffering, especially now it's summertime, para kuryente, mapaso. It seems that di natutuhay herang aduha natutuhay. Hopefully nga may ayos But we'll have already referred it to Congressman Albi Benitez. Hopefully can also help us out for that problem. Yeah. So I think that can be. Then it's worth studying by the members of the Sangguniang Pangunsod also. And Santa Elena, there's a New Hope Village. Ibabaha ito here. So kipadira na haluyo. So ang DPWH, and then nagpabulig, so they'll put a culvert itong ligid. And it's been funded by the DPWH regional office in the amount of around 27 million. So but they have a deadline until more or less next week. Ang problema, ang era agyan na ligid is the property of UP. So last week we had a meeting with the Dean and the Chancellor. The problem also is that the UP wants, because they're gonna make it into a campus town, they're asking na kung pwede ang barangay road leading to Santa Elena dito na i-convert into a national highway para ang DPWH mag-ayad dito kasi they want it to be like a 4 lanes kasi their vision is like it's a university town like Siliman na di na maaagi konta at all. So amon ang kinaaraw luwat ang UP from us in exchange also they will allow the DPWH to put the culvert in their property para win-win situation and all that. Kasi I think it's a good one because they want to develop the UP campus and they were asking on the barangay road, guguba naman, pahaluagon na, and the culvert will run through their property, and mga kabit man lot ito hera dito. So I think it's worth studying if they're seeking the help of the Sanggunian. Di ba may the request ng DPWH district office na i-convert na nato mga city roads. Why not that road na lalugod? Barangay road Santa Elena, himul nga national road para gamito na lang nila para maging paluago nila kaya magasto. It can help also the UP which is serious in building the campus already at Santa Elena. Then lastly, I think
we need to look into sana the Committee on Tourism is here, ang paggubahan Redonia residents and the other structures. Like if you pass by P. Gomez,
Redonia?
o Redonia residents, plus the P. Gomez, di ba, may kadaang nga bali dito tutulo. Guguba ng gihapon Oo, tutulo. So hopefully nga, we have passed an ordinance in 2009-10-159 an ordinance promoting the preservation and restoration of all historical and cultural buildings and structures in the city of Tacloban, creating a task force, therefore, providing incentives to cooperators and penalties for violations, sir. Sana we could do something also. Probably Sanggunian or the Executive Department na ano nato nito nga it can still be preserved and be converted sana into a city, Tacloban City Museum or for any other purposes. Private property. Pero it has historical value sayang Anyhow, these are food for thought for all of us. Then the airport na nagkakaramsaw ng mga driver pag pinanguhan pasahero and all, so hopefully that can also be addressed. Kasi ang CAAP is saying that dir ko nera sakop na ko ng mga nasulod ko dito pag panguhan pasahero. And we hope we can do something also. Nag-request ang mga tour operators.
Our ever-ready, religious, dedicated doctor, Honorable L.V. Casal.
Yeah. Okay. Let's all stand for a closing prayer.
Let's put ourselves in the presence of our Lord. Lord God, thank you for a fruitful session today. Thank you for caring unceasingly to our families, friends, and people around us. Thank you for providing faith that gives us strength, the love that keeps us one, and the hope that makes us trust and aspire for the better, especially for our constituents. Bless our lives, give us good health. Please allow us to maintain our good relationship with each other and make us realize that what matters most is the gift of one another. All this we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you for the beautiful prayer. The 61st regular session is officially adjourned.